honeys, it's your Queen Bee. So today is going to be a how many do I have video, and it is about phones. Now, I want you guys to tell me in the comments, please, how many phones have you guys had? I've only had 4. I take good care of my stuff. Like, if you don't know me, then, like, you probably are like, what? Like, everyone says that. No, everything I have is, like, in pristine condition. Nothing I have ever had has ever really broken, except by other people. Like, I had an iPad before, but my little brother broke it. He literally smashed it on the table, like, screen, you know. It was an awful mess. But, yeah, and I have broke his laptop before. But anyways, that's all in the past. I'm talking about phones. So, I have had 4 phones. The first phone I ever had, it was just kind of like, and I wouldn't even say it was a toy phone because it was a Nokia phone, and it had a bunch of games on it. Like, I think it was like Rickroll or something like that. And then the one with the bunny and you like solve math problems or something like that. I can't remember what it was. I think it was like Adventure Quest. And then there's another one, but I can't remember what it was. There was like a bunch, and I loved them so much. I think there was even Solitaire on there, but I can't remember. My uncle had gave me and my little brother one, and he said, you know, make sure to take good care of these. This is what having a phone is like. And it literally could call and text and everything. Like, there was, I think there was 5 minutes every month or something like that. So, in emergencies, we could call, like, 911 if we needed to. But we mostly used them for the games that were on them, and the battery lasted the whole month. Like, I remember just, like, trying to see how long I could go without charging it. Whole month. And they were just so great, and, like, you could drop them and everything, and they wouldn't break. And they were just amazing. But, of course, I didn't want to get phone case for mine, so I took Sharpie and I, like, drew on the back. Obviously, it's, like, wiped away now. I actually have it at my mom's house in my little electronics drawer because I have a lot of stuff over there that I still need to transfer here. But again, that's like my storage unit kind of thing. So yeah, I just don't need it here, obviously. The second phone I had, I got in 5th grade. It was on Christmas. And what it was like a Verizon LG something. It was a phone that it flipped, but it flipped like hot dog wise, I guess is what it is. Like, it didn't flip like what my grandma's phone does, like long ways. It flipped like sideways. There's a lot of girls that had them that like slid, but I never liked the sliding thing because a lot of my friends would break them off. And I just literally got my mom's old phone, and I remember they had hid it in a stocking on the tree, and my mom had called it, or maybe my dad called it or something, and one of them was videotaping it. And because she had recently got a new phone, they both got new phones, and it was my little brother found the phone first, and he was trying to take it, and I like punched him in the mouth because I was like, this is my phone. I've been begging for a phone because at that point I was in band, and after school practices, you know, that was a thing. So I never had a ride whenever I'd obviously miss a bus to do practices, so I need a phone. It was practical, and there was a reason why I needed a phone. I didn't ask for an iPhone. I literally just asked for a phone. I didn't even care if I had the little ladybug phones, like the ones that they give to little children, like kind of like the Nokia situation I had, where it was only for emergencies. I literally just needed something that I could like use, and at that time, the Nokia phone, my uncle had felt like, we were old enough to not really need, like something like that. Like minute-wise, he was like, okay, well, that was mostly for whenever you guys are, like, traveling, and we had stopped traveling at that point, and we had kind of settled down here in this town, so that was mainly why he stopped paying for that, and plus my mom was like, you don't need to be paying for that, and stuff like that. So, my uncle was like, alright, that's fine, and we really didn't use them, and he was like, well, that's good that you didn't have to use them, because it was for really emergencies only, and plus, all the contacts on there were just family, so I only ever texted him, or I called my grandma or my mom, and that was just like at the Walmart, like, hey, where are you? I am like lost. But yeah, it was when I was like, I think 6 or 7 is when I got that one, and then in 5th grade I don't even know how old, but yeah, it was when I started band, so I needed a phone, and that phone lasted me all the way till my freshman year, and not that it broke or anything, like nothing crazy happened, but my dad was like, you need a new phone. And my brother, his first phone was a smartphone, like not an iPhone, but like a really, really bad, like, just, it was a screened phone. and I didn't have that because at that point in my life, I say it like that's a bad thing, but I had just started like getting really bad headaches, and I couldn't look at like screens like I used to anymore without getting like really, really dizzy and just really sick. So when my mom tried giving me the phone that ended up being my brother's, I looked at it and I physically, like, because it was in the car, because we were talking about getting new phones, physically couldn't even look at it while like in the car because it gave me such a headache. It was so pixelated and looked just so like blurry. And granted, I had different glasses and I needed new ones, but even to this day with my glasses I have, if I'm even just sitting in a car or like I'm just looking at a screen from a distance, I get a massive headache. Now granted, my camera, like how it is right now, doesn't really give me a headache, but I do have to strain my eyes a little bit just to see what I'm doing, and that's why it looks like I'm squinting sometimes. But it's just me like trying not to get a headache. I'm actually getting one right now, but that's besides the point. The third phone I got, I actually got Christmas my freshman year, and if you follow me on Twitter, then you know that I'm actually maybe getting a new phone. I don't know. I'm still deciding because I do like my phone, but I use and I'll get to that later. But anyways, I got the phone I'm using to record this with. And it's my phone I've had forever, like since freshman year, so it's only been like 3.5 years. But never got a scratch in it. It still works. It's perfectly fine. The battery is amazing, and just like everything else. Never had a problem with this phone. It's a little slow, but I mean, honestly, who cares? It's fine. Does every function that a normal phone would do. Love it. But I needed another phone because it ran out of storage on this one, and I had to like transfer a bunch of stuff over to my laptop on a flash drive and stuff, like pictures and just like other little things, because I take way too many pictures. So then I begged my mom. I was like, you've had so many phones. Can I please have your old phone just for the purpose of taking pictures and videos? And she was like, sure, but she said the back camera does not work, just the front camera. And I said, I can deal with that. So if you don't know, I have been recording my YouTube videos on this phone, and I would just kind of set it up like how I have my phone right now, and I would just record like this facing me, because obviously the back camera does not work. But it recently has stopped taking pictures and video. This is front, and it won't even let me do anything, so that sucks. So I need to get a new phone. I'll probably still keep this one just because of editing purposes, and I don't want like storage on my phone to like overtake, because YouTube is just kind of like a side thing. It's not really my main thing. That's why I have a separate phone for it that literally is like just a whatever thing, if that makes sense. So technically I've only had 3 phones, but I'm using 4, like I've had used 4, and I might have to get a 5th one just because this one doesn't do the job anymore. It just conked out, and that sucks. But it's still a nice phone. My mom took care of it, and it was cracks in the screen just like mine, and she actually bought this the same time I bought mine. The thing was, I almost bought this phone because I wanted it to be pink. Mine is gray. But she fought me over it, and I was like, okay, you're buying it, you take it, I don't care, I'll just get a phone case that's pink, and I really didn't even want pink, it's just, it was a rose gold one, and I love rose gold, and I was like, whatever, fine, you can have it. And then, not even like a couple years later, or maybe a year later, she I don't know, it just, the battery doesn't hold in it, I always have to have it on the charger. And like when I'm making videos, it kind of just dies, and then I have to like do it again, or like the camera just blinks out. So I think the camera has been having problems for a while, especially since like it was already having problems before I started using it. But yeah, I am either going to get another iPhone 6s if I can find one at the resale store in my town, or I might just go to the Verizon store and just get a Google Pixel 3 or the iPhone, I think it's an XS or XR, I don't know, whichever one has a better screen. I read one of them did, but I can't remember which one. I think it was the XS. I really don't want to have to get a new phone, especially since I'll be just using it for YouTube. So I'm trying to get like the cheapest one, and that's basically it. Like on this one, you can't call or text or anything unless you have Wi-Fi. So yeah, really just need a phone for camera, and the reason I don't want to get an actual camera is because that's so much work, and while I'm on YouTube and just doing this as a hobby, I don't want to put a bunch of effort in like, you know, into spending money on something I'm not getting money from. Obviously, I have a bunch of side stuff I do for money, like I sell like t-shirts and stuff, but that does go into this, and I just don't make enough for like a new camera, especially since I'm going to be leaving for AIT. I don't want to buy a new thing and then wait and then have to learn it and everything, or learn it again. So I'm just trying to hold off, but I will probably be getting a new phone soon. I'll update you guys in the comments, in the description box or whatever, if I did or not. But yeah, so hopefully you guys understand that I'm not trying to get a new phone. I just want to get a new phone. Like, I don't need it. But again, I want to make videos again, and, you know, I'm trying to make this short because the memory on my phone is very, very low. And with all that being said, don't forget to check out my socials. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and, yeah. So, with all that being said, thanks for stopping by. Love you.